Well, what's up? It's been a long time. The main reason I wanted to make this video is because after the USA game, I wanted to see some videos, some content. I wanted to see what people had to say about the US losing to Colombia 5-1. And I had to wait till this morning to listen to Jimmy Conrad and Charlie Davis talk about it. It's nice to see that when we fail, showing your face a little bit, you know? Um, First of all, I root for Mexico. I'm wearing this because when I play scrimmages, they ask me to bring red, and this is one of the shirts I take. By the way, that's my dog Canelo. It's been a long time. It's been a very, very long time since I've made a video. The reason why I stopped making videos was because I was in a long relationship and I was putting my time and effort so much into making videos, and my job was so many hours. I was working like 14 hours a day, 16 hours a day. And when my relationship ended, I just wanted to live life, because not everything's about soccer, especially the way Mexico plays. Guys, Mexico's horrible. And even after that, after 2-3 years ago that I haven't made a video, they're worse now. They're in a bad time. It hurts. It really, really, really hurts. It really hurts seeing your team fail. But what's probably worse is that I expect Mexico to play bad, not the US. Because the US has the best team ever assembled. And it probably is based on where they play. Yesterday's starting lineup was in the starting lineup was in the top 5 leagues in Europe. England, Spain, Italy. They all play there, and some of them have important minutes. But then they faced up against a team who had a 21-game unbeaten streak. The last time they lost was against Argentina. And this Colombia side is a little bit older. The average age is about 29. The US is 23. Exactly. Colombia's starting team is only worth 287 million. Not starting team, but the overall roster. And the US roster is worth 347 million. So a little bit more. Like I said, this starting lineup for Colombia is 29, the average age that faced the US. Some former Liga MX players like Mateus Uribe, and then Vargas, who plays in Atlas, who was a bicampeón there. Now, Colombia went out with Vargas, Muñoz, Sanchez, Lucumi, Mujica, Uribe, Lerma, Arias, James, and Lucho Diaz from Liverpool. James from Sao Paulo, they used to play in Real Madrid. Arias, that plays in Fluminense currently. Lerma and Uribe. Uribe plays in Al Sadd, and Lerma plays in Crystal Palace. Mujica from Osuna. Lucumi from Bologna. Sanchez from Galatasaray, where he used to play in Tottenham. Muñoz from Crystal Palace. USA, on the other hand, had Matt Turner from Nottingham Forest, or however you say it, guys, I'm sorry. Joe Scally, they had Richard from Crystal Palace. They had Rian from Fulham, Robinson from Fulham, McKennie Juventus, Weah Juventus, Cardoso, Real Betis, Pulisic from AC Milan, Balogun from Monaco, Giovanni Reina from Nottingham Forest, along with that. Now, going into this game, I thought the US could beat Colombia. The US is strong at home. Going away is a different story, but the US playing at home is very strong. Now, that stadium, there was a lot more Colombians. A lot more Colombians. But I expected the US to win maybe 2-1. First of all, Pulisic was nowhere to be seen. Matt Turner, you could tell that he doesn't play. Every single shot, they shot low, They shot low to the side of him, and he did not stop one of them. Cardoso was making bad passes. I think Weah had a good run when he scored his goal to make it 2-1. But I saw Weah when he was one-on-one against Munoz. They just stepped on him, stepped on the ball and took it away from him. Colombia's good in the air. Colombia's just good everywhere with Lucho Diaz, I'm sorry. I was thinking about James Rodriguez already. James Rodriguez can play you a good first half, then he gets tired. But you can see the talent, his ball touch. It amazes me how good these guys are. I play soccer indoor, and I used to wrestle before. I played soccer, obviously, but I didn't play soccer in my childhood years. I only played until, 6th grade, and that's it. And after that, I just wrestled all through college, and now I'm 31, and I just started playing soccer about a year and a half now. So it's pretty hard, you know. I go out there and I run a bunch, but I'm working on my footwork. I would say 3 of the 4 goals for Colombia, off the top of my head, if I can remember correct, the U.S. is trying to play out the back, and they just pass the ball. The guy receiving the ball was just standing there waiting for the ball to get to him. But while he's waiting there, one of the Colombian players beat him to it, and they would counterattack with 2 to 3 guys on each wing. And that's what they did. And then they pass it off to the side, and then they just first hit it to the side of Turner, to his left side. And that's the goals. Now, I don't think this is the real U.S. I don't think this is how USA is going to play in the Copa America, because they have Bolivia right away and Panama. They should be able to handle them. Bolivia, they should put 5 past them. If Mexico's U23 team scored 1 goal on them and beat them, then the U.S. shouldn't have a problem with them. Panama, they're going to beat Panama like 3-1. They're going to have a tough game against Uruguay. Uruguay that has no mercy. They don't care if you put out there a young team or your second B team. They're going to go out there and try to win. Listen, I am going to be honest. Looking at the U.S., I think that they can be top 8 in the World Cup. I could see them even making a semifinal like Morocco. But it takes a lot. They would need a better goalkeeper. Definitely need better center backs. Other than that, they're okay. I do feel like Balogan is not the forward that they need. He's like Jimenez from Mexico, where they both just run forward and wait for the ball. You know, maybe with a Henry Martin, the U.S. would have played better. I know Henry Martin is not the level of Balogan, but he can hold the ball. Or Raul Jimenez before he got injured. You know, if this U.S. team had Josie Altidore, then it would be a different story. Greg Berhalter is trying to play like Manchester City, play out the back, just like Jimmy Lozano. And both Mexico and the U.S. need to play with 3 at the back, 3 center backs. Robinson and Weah, or Robinson and McKennie, or Dest and Weah on the wings, attacking, and then you have 3 center backs in the back with height that can possibly pass the ball better. But I guess there's these good teams like France, England, Brazil, Argentina, 4-3-3 or whatever you want to call it. It's not going to work. The U.S. has not improved since the 22 World Cup. Yes, you're going to say they tied England, right? And a game that didn't matter. And I heard things. I posted on my page. I heard that England and the U.S., shook hands and said, let's go for the tie. And they got the tie. And then what happened? They played Netherlands, and Netherlands, just like yesterday's game, they attack off the wing, and the guy in the wing centers it towards the back, not towards the goal, towards the back, with the guy coming in Can just shoot at an open net. So that's where if you have 3 center backs, you're gonna be covered there better. You know, like Mexico's 2014 team where they played with 3 center backs, Massa, Moreno, Rafa Marquez. They did well against the Netherlands. You know, they lost in the last minute goal, but they held their own. And this U.S. team is far better than that Mexico team. I think Greg Berhalter does need to go. Sometimes getting a new coach and me seeing like on my team. So I run my teams. Every new season you have new hope. Every playoffs you have new hope, you know? So sometimes changing a coach, it's gonna change some stuff. But yesterday's game was just bad game. The bench for Colombia went and did the exact same thing that the starters did. The exact same thing. That's the goal, right? On my team, on my indoor team, our bench players have to go out there and do the same thing as the starters. For the U.S., Pepe, De La Torre, who else went in? Carter Vickers. They didn't do ish. They didn't do ish. And Pepe needs some starting minutes, honestly. He needs some starting minutes. Or you know what? Brandon Vasquez. Why not bring Brandon Vasquez? He can hold the ball. He can retain it. He's good in the air. Why not try him? I know he's not a Balogun. I know he's not a Pepe. I know he's not a Sargent. But he can hold the ball. And then Pulisic, Weah, and Giovanni can wait for it. He can pass it to them. Then he can run into the box and wait for it there. Like Chicharito did against the U.S. in that goal that Corona took on Pulisic and Dest and centered it into the center. And Chicharito's header went in when we won 3-1 back then. Way back then. Like I said again, I don't think the U.S. is going to play this bad in the Copa America. I think they're going to do a lot better. The thing is that out of the group stage, if I'm not mistaken, they're probably going to get Colombia or Brazil. Yeah, one of those two. Can the U.S. beat Colombia? I do think so. If they get them, I do think they can beat them. I don't think this is going to happen again. I really don't think this is going to happen again at all. If they get Brazil, it might be a little tough. Just seeing yesterday against Mexico, they attacked whenever they wanted to. Disappointed in Pulisic. Good job on Weah. Disappointed in Reina. Disappointed in Cardoso. Disappointed in McKennie. Most of the guys, I don't think, played well. I mean, it's a 5-1. It's a 5-1 scoreline. And what are you going to look at that for? Like, what's the positives out of that? The positives might be that you can see that some guys need more minutes on their teams. Some guys need to make some moves out of their teams. So that's what needs to happen. The U.S. doesn't have a goalkeeper right now. Neither does Mexico. And they don't have a forward. So maybe with Tyler Adams coming back, that makes a difference. Let's not lie. Cardoso compared to Adams is a difference because Cardoso's not going to make that long shot that he made against Mexico in the Nations League. You know, Adams can shoot, can defend, can attack. He can run a lot. He's probably quicker. And we'll see what happens from there. But this is why I wanted to, make this video because no one else really talked. Nobody from the U.S. media talked. I want a tactical manager to come out. There's a lot of other channels that I follow. I already forgot the name of them. I'll shout them out later in my videos. Hopefully I can continue to make videos. And hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think. I do expect better out of the U.S. Like I said, I'm a Mexico fan though. And it does make me very happy that the U.S. lost. Because they have a good team, right? And now you guys served. you know. So that's that. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys soon.